So if you're new to jump rope or are just picking it up for the first time again since being a kid, I want to just show you how to find out what your proper rope length should be, because rope length is actually pretty important when you're learning how to jump rope properly. So the rule of thumb for jump rope length, if you're a beginner, is to add 3 feet to your height. So if you're 5'3", then you would find a rope that's about 8'3", more or less. And then as you get better with your form, your rope is going to ideally shorten, and then around 2.5 feet plus your height is a length to aim for. So I've learned these guidelines from Coach Nate KG and the jump rope coach Chris.
So you can check that quickly by stepping on the center of your rope, pulling the handle straight up, and then turning them away. And the rope should land about bottom of the sternum to start, more or less. And then gradually, as you get better and as your form improves, and I'll talk about that in a minute, you want to try and get that rope length down to about middle of the ribs. The caveat to that is if you're under 5 feet or over 6 feet, you want to actually aim for that middle of the rib length right away. What that looks like for me is I've played around with my rope length quite a bit to find the style that I like and the most control that I have. And mine's actually quite short, so I kind of go below that mid rib length, and I'm actually well below my belly button, more like at my hip bone.
Why do we need a proper rope length? Well, rope length is related to your form, and form is kind of related to your rope length. And this is what I mean. So if I were to start with this rope, in order to keep tension on the rope, I need to have my arms pretty wide apart to make a nice loop in the rope. Okay. Also, having your arms this wide apart is pretty tough on the shoulders. It can be pretty exhausting. So if you want to jump for a long time, you can fatigue in your shoulders quite easily. And one other reason why having your arms wide apart is if you want to learn freestyle tricks, depending on what your goals are. But if for me, my goal is to learn freestyle tricks, to be able to move your hand across your body, this is quite a long distance to go and not very efficient. So now if I had this rope length and I wanted to work on my form by bringing my hands closer to my pocket position, so what that looks like is arms are relaxed, hands come to my hips, or what we call pocket position. They kind of shoot out at about a 45-degree angle from the hips. So if I were to do that, keep my hands close to my body, the rope is seriously long now, and it's slapping probably 3 feet in front of me. I'll try this way to see if you can see. This is with proper form. It's not very good, right? I'm not going to be able to maintain this. The rope is actually jumping back. So if I want to practice that form, or if you want to practice that form, it's a good idea to try and shorten your rope. You don't have to shorten it right away, all the way, but little by little, you can kind of take it down a notch, take it down a couple beads, and then just sort of get used to pulling your hands closer to your body. So the effect of having a shorter rope actually forces you to keep your hands closer to your body so that you don't trip. Whereas if you have a longer rope and you're trying to practice that form, it's harder to maintain because you naturally need to let the arms go out, maintain tension on the rope. So now that I have my rope, which is shorter, I can naturally keep my hands close to my body, and the rope is just passing under my feet. It's not slapping a couple feet in front of me, and it's nice and easy, and I can do this all day. I'm absolutely keeping my shoulders relaxed and using my wrists. On the side, it looks like this. Okay. So if I were to try and maintain old habits with the rope this length, it's not going to work very well. So the shorter rope length actually forces me to keep my hands by my sides. Once you get comfortable with a bit of a shorter rope and you're comfortable keeping your hands closer to your body, it takes time and it's not going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of effort, but once you get there, then you're able to start moving your hands around your body and just learning some fundamental skills to cross the rope around your body and have fun with the jump rope. It makes it so much more fun than just jumping. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments.